So, my name is Melissa, and some of you may know me from my other channel, I Drank the Seawater, which, if you relate to topics like Tourette syndrome, eating disorders, I'm whacking the fridge, because I'm next to the fridge and the stove, like a good person does. So, right, so I talk about Tourette syndrome, eating disorders, OCD, suicidal ideation, all those things on my I Drank the Seawater channel, but this channel now, I'm creating not just for DID related content, which can be not just for me, Melissa, but also something that's fresh for like a fresh start for not only me, but anyone else within, well, I call us the bag. So the bag of, the bag system. It's the first time I said it out loud. I've always just written it in notes, so that was weird to say. Yeah, I mean, I think that I'd rather just have something starting over with just this, that anyone who doesn't want to necessarily get into DID related topics can stay only on my other channel, and if they want to be on both, they can do that. Welcome here. So I wanted to kind of my first video introduce a few of us, not necessarily switch, because I don't necessarily know if that's gonna happen, but kind of talk about a few of us that are willing to be talked about. In terms of everyone, I won't be presuming entirely, depending on who, because they would have to tell me that they're okay with it. Maggie likes the videos. She was in a video on my other channel. Maggie is 17, and she's always been 17. I know what she looks like. She has long wavy red hair. She's thin. She has a shorter face than I do, and so a little bit more rounded, but it ends shorter. She's really cute. She's 17. She's very positive. She's very like, in terms of everyone else, beautiful. She sees the beauty in everyone. So everyone is great. Everything is great. She has issues with feeling negatively towards herself. She feels like she isn't a good person, but in regards to everyone else, she sees 100%, like, if you can go over 100%, she'd go over 100% positivity in regard to everyone. She's very positive. We have Skittle. Skittle is 4 years old. She used to go by a different name, but that was what I named her, and not because that was her name. I don't want to kind of bring a lot of negativity into this video by saying what that was and going into the whole story. That's not the point of this video. So I'm just gonna say that she really likes her name Skittle. It's colorful, and she's a very happy kid. I don't know how she managed that, how to be that happy. I was never that happy, not personally. I was never happy like she was happy, or she is happy. She gets sad sometimes, you know. She feels, she can feel a bit of sadness if she feels like maybe someone doesn't like her, or she worries maybe they don't like her, or if she feels some kind of rejection, she'll feel sad. You know, like when we were kids growing up, and she was younger than me, so she would have these scenes in school, or a few times in school, that I can remember well, because there's a lot of people in the room when that happens. And when she would come out, she was so happy. But then she saw the looks on the other kids, and sometimes the teachers, and it was just like, oh my God. She felt so embarrassed, and she just hid away inside and felt sad. And then I was the one left standing there to look around at the faces at me and try to compose myself and move on without actually knowing what that was until years later. So that's Skittle. She's awesome. I love Skittle. I haven't always been in that place, but you know, I love Skittle. Well, we're talking about Skittle. We have one of her toys. She likes to, I don't know, a friend of ours sent in the mail from our Amazon wish list a toy, and it's Skittles. So I was gonna show you guys, because why not? Skittle might wanna, I mean, she's good with sharing her toy. It's an owl, and the owl is Hoot, and this is Beans. She loves this toy, especially if I play with it, she'll probably giggle, and I'm worried about, I shouldn't worry about that, But she loves this toy, so I just thought I'd show it off for her. So that's Skittle, and this is her toy, Hoot and Beans. And now we have Katie, who I used to know as Small, because whenever she would talk, whenever she was asked, well, I don't know if she was necessarily asked, but we were asked, and she would come out and say, when we were asked, how do you feel? Katie would come out and very suddenly say, Small. And for a while, I named her Small because it was like the only thing she said. And once in a while, she was having, I think she was having flashbacks. So she was saying, I'm small, I'm small, no, I'm small. And I still couldn't figure out what her name was, but I finally managed to connect with her, especially since I was consoling her so much over that time period and connecting with her and saying, you're okay. And if, what can I do? So we connected, and eventually I found out her name is Katie, and she's 2 years old, and she doesn't say much in terms of like elaborate sentences. She's 2. Whenever she comes out, I feel immense sadness, incredible sadness. So I feel her feelings, and she's just devastated. I can't believe she has to be like that. I mean, not has to be like that in terms of like I'm criticizing her, but I can't believe I see that she's struggling. So, and if I only have to feel that when she comes to the surface, can you imagine for her when she's dealing with it constantly? So I feel a lot of empathy for her. And I'm going to show you guys Katie's toy, aka Small. So this is her bunny. It's a bit lopsided ears, and it's adorbsable. It has a patch, and she relates to the fact that it seems a little bit sad, and she holds it. So I feel like Small right now. I'm gonna put the toy down. She likes the toy. She likes the toy. So next I have a list. I talked about Maggie, Katie, Skittle. We have exclamation mark, as in the symbol, which they seem manic because they have so much energy and they're off the wall energy. They can barely sit. And they're kind of all over the place. They love everything in terms of like everything's great, everything's beautiful. They're kind of like Maggie in that respect, except that they're more like they feel a lot of self-esteem towards themselves for being an awful person. So they feel like they're the best at being the worst, and the most deserving of awful things, but everyone else, they think you're validated, and I can barely imitate it. They're so juiced up, and whenever they're out for a while, I can't sleep. They have so much energy. I have very low energy. I can barely function sometimes. And when they come out, who needs sleep? Plus they're making these commentaries. They're going like, this is great, wow, and I'm listening to their commentary, or sometimes feeling them surface and them making commentary, so I hear them through our mouth, and it's a lot of exclamation, so their name exclamation mark is pretty suiting. Last one I'm going to talk about is IQ. I don't know their real name. I call them IQ because they have a bit of a rapid mind fire smart, and they absorb information very quickly. They understand things very well. They love learning. They love science, math, physics, language, communications, and they study, and they forget to eat because they just don't care. And when they remember to eat, it's a platitude. Who needs that? Let's go study physics. What causes light? What's our perception of light? What is everything? So that's IQ. They contacted a psychologist who was studying a connection between the biophysical and a high IQ. And from this long document that IQ sent to her, she said, I believe from reading what you sent to me that you have always been in the gifted range with an IQ in the top 2 percentile. They're smart. Smarter than me. Melissa, I'm not dumb. I'm not dumb. But I'm not in the top 2 percentile. So I'm kind of proud of IQ because they're brilliant. You know, who doesn't want to have someone in their system who's that brilliant? I mean, good for them. I think they might need a bit of encouragement now and then, because they get a little bit overly into the information to the point where it's almost crippling. But if they have more time to kind of learn how to balance it out, I think that would work out okay. So that's not everyone in our system. But those are the ones that I can say would be okay with being talked about in a video, because, well, some of them have actually kind of been co-fronting while videos were made and expressed their own concerns or confusions before we even knew what it was that this was. I mean, before we knew that it was DID, before we knew that we were alters. It was a confusing time for us for a while now. So in terms of how many we are, including Melissa, including myself, that I know about, and I'm recently finding out about more, but so I can only guess. And that number is about 20. But in terms of whether that's everyone, I don't know yet. I'll find out in time. I don't know if I'll ever find out completely, but I think that they're starting to trust me more than before and tell me things that they wouldn't have told me before. So Small saw her toy. She feels sad, but she loves the toy. She looks like she's sad, but she genuinely feels a connection with we call it butter. With butter. She has a connection with butter. She sees butter, and I feel this wave of Katie. Anyways, I'm gonna stop the video there. It's getting long. It's my first video. It's my intro video for Coming Inside Out, because we are the bag, and we'll be making more videos. That's what happens when you bring the toys. Dissociated. So I'm for real ending the video there. Bye.